say about culture, that's an organisation culture, it's such an intangible thing. Is it something you think you can kind of almost smell within a few minutes of being an organisation, or is it something that takes longer to figure out, or from the high performance ones that were successful?
I think you should be able to see it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But again, it's the simple things. Yeah. You know, it's behaviours, it's how do people interact with each other, and it's not all nicey-nicey. Sometimes I think some really strong cultures are very challenging. You know, it depends on, I suppose, the vision of the leader and the leadership group, the buy-in from the team. Also, it depends sometimes on the past. You know, what that team's identity has been in the past.
Yeah.
You know, and not to go too far away from that. So if you take, for example, Man United at the moment, under Mourinho, a big issue was that the way they played was different than their successful periods. You know, with George Best and then with Ryan Giggs, etc. And then they went for someone like Solskjaer, who had been part of that. So a lot of clubs who have a rich history, or organisations who have a rich history, they tend to try and, I suppose, form their culture around some of the behaviours that were very strong in past periods of success.
You've mentioned a very good point there about how, for example, in the very high-performing cultures, there's a kind of a culture of being pretty, direct. I suppose, how to describe, maybe a kindness, but also direct. Like, you care for the people, and on the other hand, you're directly able to call as it is. You see in some countries, I found it myself when I went to the Netherlands, that the Dutch are very direct. And I learned very quickly that Irish people are actually, instinctively not so direct. We don't like confrontation. We don't like calling it as being direct criticism. How have you found that yourself, or what, in terms of the high-performing cultures in the past?
Yeah, I think as in Irish rugby at the moment, which I obviously know pretty well, there's been a massive focus on actually really searching for that feedback and wanting, I suppose, harsh feedback to become better. So if you reverse it and say, okay, I want to having a growth mindset is really important towards being successful. Well, then you say, okay, well, if I want to have a growth mindset, I need to know where I'm at, so I can actually adapt and learn. So I think Irish rugby, a big part of Irish rugby success is that they've become elite at looking for feedback and taking that feedback on board, and not letting feedback, which is in some way critical sometimes, affect your confidence, your self-belief, but to see it as all part of becoming better.